Like, what are you doing?
The
You're
only
supposed
time
to
you're
be
allowed to scroll
working.
during the day is when you're taking a shit.
Oh God,
Too
I
far?
don't even have a response for that. Nobody.
The guys know what I'm talking about. The guys out there know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know that the guys know
But
what you're talking about.
try not to let it turn into a 45-minute shit, because I've let that happen too many times. Welcome to the LO Code Podcast, where we talk about everything from marketing to just general loan bullshit. All right, today's episode of the LO Podcast is going to be about the six ways
At
ways
least six.
to start getting business right now. If you need to get business right now, these are the top 6 ways that we feel are working the best.
Yeah, if we were to completely start over and just had to hammer it, this is exactly what we would do.
Right.
Yeah.
So, number 1, I think the absolute fastest way is to call your sphere and your past database.
Yeah.
And I think where a lot of people go wrong is they have not talked to these people in a long time, and they go and just start asking for stuff. Do you know anybody?
Do you know anybody?
Do you know anybody that needs to buy a house or refinance?
No.
Wrong. Do not do this.
If somebody called you and
Right.
was just like, after all this time, and they like want a favor, you're like, F off. And that's it. Just remember that your clients are people
Just like you.
So treat them how you would want to be treated.
Exactly. So the very first thing you do with these people is you call them up and just say, like, hey, it's Ryan from, or whatever name from here. Just want to call and check in, see how you do. How's everything going? How's life? And just catch up a bit. And then Jessica has an amazing close that will help them, but also spark them to start thinking about referrals.
Yes. Well, like what he just said, hopefully you know your clients well enough that you can call them and be like, how's this going? Like, you need to develop that type of relationship to begin with.
Like during the process.
So that's important. But then when you're calling them, instead of just saying, do you have anybody that, you can refer to me, you actually do the opposite. And you ask them if they need anything. So not even mortgage related. Hey, I have a whole bunch of people that I work with. Do you need a landscaper or a pool cleaner or a handyman? I have, a ton of people that I can refer to you to help you out. And you're not asking for anything. You're doing nothing but providing value, referring out other people that you know.
Right.
And that builds a better relationship because you're looking out for them.
Yeah. And just, as the conversation's closing, just say, hey, what can I do to help you? I know a lot of people when it comes to pool services, handymen, landscapers. I mean, pretty much in the business I'm in, you name it, we know somebody that we trust. So what do you have going on that I could help you with? You don't ask what they have going on, or do you have something going on? Say, what do you have going on?
What do you have going on?
What do you have going on that I can help you? 90% of the time they may say nothing. Just say, oh, great. Well, if anything comes up and you need me or need my help, I'm always here for you. Mm-hmm. Right there. So you leave that open. Now they're going to start thinking you led with value. You already started talking about referrals. They know what you do. And if you don't know them that well, you can always start off and just be like, hey, this is Ryan, the mortgage broker. I helped you buy your house. And I mean, if you have the data in front of you, even better. But, I helped you buy your house not too long ago. Just want to call and check in. So if you want to make it to where it's not awkward for them, like if you know they don't know you very well, it was a very quick transaction, you could always lead with that. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's great. That's number 1. I think anyone that needs business now, that's what to do. If you don't have a database, call up the people that you know.
Yep.
And you could, let's say you are brand new. You could just be like, hey, how's it going? What's going on? What's new?
Call people to catch up.
Hey, has your job changed? And guess what they're going to ask you? Well, what about you? Has your job changed? Actually, yeah, I just got into this. I'm always here if you need me, but what can I do for you? Like, so you always can lead that in if you're brand new. Yeah, I'm doing this. I'm always here if you need anything when it comes to real estate, and then pivot right there. But what can I do for you? What do you have going on? Like in this business I'm in now, I have people that I'm connected with, and we already said the script, but that's how you lead into it. Yep. Always lead with value. Okay, what was number 2?
Number 2, teach realtor classes. And this is really easy. If you don't know realtors, it's not a problem. You come up with a class, you go onto Facebook and create an event.
Yes.
You can put a little bit of ad money to the event. It doesn't even have to be a lot. And you just pump it out there. You let title companies know that you are, holding this event. Do you know any realtors that might need,
Yep.
this information,
Put it on
and
social media, put
put
it
it on
everywhere.
social media?
And here's the cool thing about this is we are developing our social media strategy script that we
Yes.
are going to be offering for people to use. And so it'll teach you the exact presentation to be able to present this to a group of realtors, whether it's live or it's recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're also going to have we call it white label, but a white label companion course.
Yep.
Because the whole goal is you feed them with a fire hose. You get them super excited, super pumped, but you can't teach all the nuances in 20 to 30 minutes. And if your class goes longer than that, I can guarantee you nobody's listening.
Well, you better have food and cocktails at the end of
But
it.
even then, research shows that if you're learning, not being educated
Mm-hmm.
or not being entertained, but if you're learning, 20 minutes is about the max the human brain can take information in.
Definitely for you.
5 minutes.
5.
And so you want to jam pack and just be excited, energy, energy, energy. That's what we're going to teach.
You hit the points,
Yeah.
and you move on with your life.
And then we have the companion class that's going to have everything broken down, where by white labeling, it just means that you can use what we've already created. And it breaks down everything into minute detail for them to go back and learn at their pace.
Yep.
And then they'll create an opt-in, so they'll create a user login with their name and email, and then that gives you a point of contact so that you can follow up with them. And let's go back to you lead with helping. You never ask. So when you call these realtors, you do not ask them for business.
Never.
You say, hey, you took that class, you signed up for my course, how's it going? How's your content marketing going? How's business going?
I can help you with that.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Yeah, always.
Yep. And if they're like, or what can I help you with? Not
Yes.
is there, we're learning this.
Yeah, we're learning this. What can I help you with?
And I've done this a lot that way, but now I'm trying to make it a conscious behavior of saying open-ended questions.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to answer something that's not yes or no. Right. And so if the conversation comes up about lending, you can always do that. Or if you want to push it a little bit at the end, if they say, yes, you can help me with this, you help them, or no, I'm good right now. Well, great. If you ever need anything, let me know. I do have this special program that just rolled out. Would you like me to? I'm trying to figure out my wording on how I'd like to say it, but I just like, would that be something you'd be interested in? And if they said yes, then it gives you an opportunity to talk about it. And if they say, oh no, not really, oh no problem at all. We always have different stuff that comes up, so you can kind of.
If anybody comes your way and they need this type of a loan product, I know it's obscure, but we do have it if it happens to pop up for you.
Yeah, or whatever.
That's like my favorite one. I just throw little tidbits out.
Yeah, so you can define that ending, that call to action, however
Ryan
you like.
likes to talk a lot, so he gets more in depth with the realtors than I do. I hit the points real quick and move on.
Yeah, we're talking about like their favorite drinking holes and where they play golf, and that's just my style.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Not fine.
that would be number 2.
Yep.
Number 3.
Hit your sphere, but with content. So this is where I don't care if you have any, prior history on social media, on video, whatever. Get your phone out, shoot a quick video, post it. Let everybody know that you know what you're doing.
Right.
That I go on social media all the time. I help other brokers, like a mentorship thing, and I stalked out their social media. I'm like, there's not one thing on here where I would ever know that you were even in mortgage.
Right.
So you have all of it. Even if you have 50 friends, that's 50 people that you can get in front of that might,
right,
give you a thumbs up.
So number 1 thing, optimize your social media. It needs to say mortgage lender, mortgage broker, mortgage
Your
banker,
phone number,
and your NMLS number. Make sure it
Yes.
has all of this. Make
Yes.
it very well known. And if you want to have a tagline or something like that, cool ass mortgage chick or whatever it is, that's cool. That's fine.
Yep.
But make it very, 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 very clear that you do what you do. I mean, it's like 60-70% of people that I look at their profiles do not have this.
No. And it's huge. Like, people come to us all the time, clients, borrowers call us all the time, and they're like, oh, you really know what you're doing. They don't know that I know what I'm doing. They
Assume.
we
do know.
We do know, but they're assuming because of the content that we put out. How would they actually know? So it really is a big deal.
Right. Optimize first, and then be putting out at least one piece of video content every week to every platform that you're on.
Yes.
And this is what we teach. This is what we coach. This is what our platform is, like the bread and butter, because it's done so well for us. And this is a long game, but it can be a short game too, because you will have people that will just see that and go, oh, shoot, I've been thinking about that, you know, cash out refinance or selling my house, get another house, or buying my first house. And they'll see your information, see that you're friends. What's the first thing you're going to do? Click
Yeah.
your profile.
Well, and it comes up all the time. I just had somebody reach out. I tried working with them about a year ago. It wasn't a good time to proceed because of a late payment history. And I had posted a 1 day approval thing on social media. And immediately, boom, get a message. Hey, I think we're ready to refinance.
Yep.
So it might not always seem like it's paying off, but it really, really does.
So this is something that Jessica kind of reminded me about, is the video makes you an expert.
Yes.
The other content is just there to help back that up. So your 1 day clear to close, or a client story, or a picture at a closing,
Reviews, and
whatever it
it's
is.
just more social proof.
Right. But them seeing your face, you talking in an intelligible manner about what you
That's better than
do.
how I was going to say it. I was gonna say not like an idiot.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I just make words up too, and I just roll with it.
No, I think that one was good.
And yeah, and so that's what makes you the expert. The other stuff is just icing on the cake that might just one thing they saw and it pushes them over the edge. So if you're not doing video, I think it's a 100% must. You have to do it. It's a long play, because the more you do it, the more traction you get, the more people are going to see it. But it's one of those things that it's like, I mean, even like buying a house, investing, it's always best that you did it 5, 10, 15. I mean,
Yep.
video hasn't been around like 20 years the way it has, but like, you know what I mean?
10.
Yeah,
We've
10
been doing
years.
it for 10.
10, 15 years. So it's always best to start in the beginning, but if you didn't, the next best time to start is now.
No.
You have to.
Exactly.
There's no negotiable. There, like, everybody knows it by now. You have to do it. So done beating a dead horse.
Yes.
Next one.
Networking events. So I hate them with a fiery passion. This is like BNI realtor type meetings. I get anxiety. I drink too much. Like,
But some people are social
but
butterflies.
some people are social butterflies, and if you like, I don't even like to talk to people, and I still make connections every time that I go to one of
Yeah.
these things. I don't do them now because I don't want to, but if I were to start over again, that's one of the first things that I would do.
Yep. So if you're good in person,
Yep. That's perfect for Ryan. He's like the perfect personality for it.
I'm good at it, but I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, he's good at it. I just sound like a moron half the time. Like I get so stressed out.
I always like to walk into a room with everyone knowing who I am, and that's why I do the video. And so should I tell a story?
Which one?
Okay, I went to a realtor mixer, and back, you could still do it now. I guess you could still do it now. So I targeted a 1 mile radius around the broker's office with my videos. So they had to sit there and watch them on Facebook before I showed up. And so I pre-rolled it for, at least a day or 2 or 3, so that I know they saw one of my videos.
Yeah.
And then they started sharing them and stuff. And I walked in there like, you're the video guy.
Yes.
So I'm always thinking of like, how do I leverage this?
Yes. And I mean, I said it in our little introductory podcast. I hate video. It makes me cry. I get all stressed out, but I still do it because
And I always,
important. And the same thing with networking. I don't enjoy it, but I will do it because it's what you have to do in business.
I want to stand out like a sore thumb. So whatever the dress code is, I dress the opposite. If it's casual, I wear a suit and a tie. And if it's dressy,
You look like a hobo.
I wear a t-shirt that says I love mortgages and jeans. And that works for me. I want to stand out like a sore thumb, where I don't just blend in. Like, if I'm going to go somewhere, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Oh, I know.
Actually, you know.
Oh, I know.
All right, next one.
Hold client appreciation. There's all different things. I like to do this seasonally.
Yes.
But Halloween, you can get a bunch of pumpkins and do a pumpkin patch. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy expensive. Or pumpkin carving.
Right.
With families. I know another guy, he does like it's not Renaissance Festival, but they have
Yeah.
that. Some people have rented out a bowling alley, movie theaters. I know that right now, if your budget is a little bit tighter, you don't want to go big, but there are still some things that you can do that aren't
You know what
super
you could do?
expensive.
A
I
canned
sent a-
food drive.
Canned food drive. Yes. Yes, we did a
Make it
turkey
community
drive.
based. If you don't have money, then do something that brings the community together and you're better in the community.
Yes, we did a turkey drive one year
Mm.
and far exceeded our goal. Like I was blown away by it. And
Did we do that
it was
digital?
really nice. Everything was on Facebook. We took a picture at the grocery store holding a couple of turkeys. We set up a GoFundMe. People donated it. We took the money. We went and bought, or we donated the money
We
to the
donated.
turkey drive.
Right.
And then we took a
How
picture
many
with the
turkeys was it?
receipt. It was like 150 turkeys or something, but I think our goal was like 50.
Yeah, it was
So
awesome.
we did a lot more than we had thought. And so
Yep.
that was really, really cool.
And another thing too is we send out like holiday cards.
Holiday cards. And then one year I got $2 scratcher tickets.
Yep.
And I sent those with a summer card. And we never do business cards in them. It's always from Jessica and Ryan. There's no Ayler Lending team on it.
Because if you're doing your job right, they're
They
seeing you
already know
everywhere.
who you are.
They're
Yeah.
getting your emails from your home bot or your
Yep.
updated emails. Was it like Home IQ now or whatever the new one is? That's another one like HomeBot, so you can do that.
Mhm.
You can send your own emails, which we're working on.
Yep.
You can't video. They're seeing you on all the videos. So if you do your job branding, you don't need to put the business card in like a holiday card is the tackiest, grossest thing anybody can do. Or
Well,
asking
say
for
how you
business.
really feel.
It is. It really is.
No, now see if you have like a team and you send out a card like from your team and it's like there's like you have a bunch of people working with you, I could totally see that. But
That's not a
like
business card. If it was a
no,
team
that's not a
picture
business card, like a team
saying,
picture
you know,
from
happy
the
holidays from the so and so team.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Don't have that. There better not be an ask for anything in it though. You do not ask.
Yeah, I don't like business cards and cards. Some people do it all the time.
But even on the card, it should not say anything that says, "We're never too busy for your." I hate it.
I don't like it either.
I mean, if you really want to do it, you
Really
can.
into the non-sales sales, and
Yeah.
that's not a lot of people. They go in for the kill, and they want you to know,
I just
and that's
feel
just not my jam.
that
I want it to be community. I want them to feel like our friends, and I would never send my friend a freaking business card.
no,
And that's
or
like
ask them
really
for
what
a
it comes.
referral.
I would never ask my friends for a referral, and that's the same way. And we have people come back 3 years later, and they're like, "You're the only one that
Now,
we
if
would
it comes
trust."
up,
So like,
I go hard. If
well,
someone
yeah.
if someone comes up, I'm like, all
Oh,
right,
he'll
we're
stick
digging
the
in.
shit out of you.
Say, hey, what's going on? Hey, tell me about this. Let's go. But if it doesn't come up, no. But trust me, when it's time, I'm ready.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the way I like to do it. Is
Mhm.
very chill, very not in your face, not aggressive, and then when it's time to strike, you do not let it go.
Yeah, I'm still really passive in that area, but
Yeah.
that's why we're a team.
Hmm. All right, next one.
Okay, so number 6, ads, paid ads, and paid leads.
Yep.
Leads
So
just
this
make
is
me want to
definitely
die.
the last on the list.
That's like a last
But
resort.
for people that have resources, they've done all the rest, they want to pour fuel on the fire, this is when you add.
Yeah, definitely. If you have the time, why not?
And you can do this at low budgets. You can do it
Yep.
$5 a day, $10 a day, upwards of, we know people that are spending like $1 million a year.
And we've put paid ads out and stuff before, but our paid ads are not technically ads. We take our fire content, the content that has done the most for us organically, and we throw some money at it just to keep it in front of people.
Yep.
So that, and then we retarget them even, so that we're just constantly in their face. But there's also no sales in it. It's all content. And we say,
But when it comes to the ad, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat there. So you can do it that way where it's just pure organic. You can do ways where you're going after special programs.
yes, the program ones always do work really.
So that one you can be, I think, a little bit more aggressive in having an offer and things
Yeah.
like that. But there's nothing wrong with a low budget of just pure content that you just have
Mhm.
circulating out there at all times, that just more people are seeing over and over and over. So like Jessica said, if you have a fire piece of organic content, that should be going out for at least $1 to $5 a day and just running to your local
Take
community.
money to make money.
And it really just depends on where you're trying to target. So if your area is saturated, you might have to make your target audience a little bit further out. If you just say, no, I want to own this area, you can spend in your area. Those are all things that you have to consider. And it's a little bit more in depth. But we just want to say that's one of the 6
Yes.
because it's instant right now. You can get
Yeah,
conversations.
you can get leads right away, and
Right.
at least you're working on something.
I will put a caveat to this though. If you do not have a banger follow-up system, which I've my fault. I get excited and I fail to set up the autoresponder and the follow-ups sometimes. You're throwing money away. You need to
Yeah, you
have
like to
your
do that.
text and your email automated follow-ups
Yeah.
and dialing those in to where it feels organic and not too pushy, I think is where everything's heading. Everyone has a different style. Some people just go
Before
hard.
you would just have it go straight to your phone. You were on the phone all the time. That was probably a mistake.
Yes, I like to vet. For me personally, I like to vet leads, and they need to reply to an email or a phone call before we'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I usually try to direct them to an application first
Mhm.
before any questions are answered. But most people aren't going to work that way. But I try to lead them into, hey, here's the first step. We need to get your applications. We know your numbers and blah blah blah, and then we'll have our full on conversation.
Yep.
But I'm not going to deny someone that conversation if they're like, well, I'd like to talk first. Okay. But I'm going to do the best I can to get them to do what we all know they need to do to have an actual, like, smart conversation with them because we know their information, like their
Yep.
scenario, right?
Yep.
We all know that. This is just basics. But yeah, that's our 6 things.
I would say a couple more, which aren't like big things because they're not like actually tangible things. Stop avoiding discomfort because this stuff is hard. You have to get out of your comfort zone to make these moves for the most
Oh
part.
yeah.
Nobody's going to be comfortable going to these
How
events,
many
doing
times
social
a
media.
week do we say, fuck it, I am done with this because I'm just burnt?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
And it's, I wouldn't say burnt. It's just like,
It's mentally taxing. It is.
I think
You
that's
have
the,
to really amp yourself up. You have to really put yourself out there. We're introverted people.
yes. It's
And
not
so
that yeah, it's not that it's just like it
so for us
to put yourself
to
out
put
there,
yourself out
you
there,
got to bring the energy.
you have to bring the energy, and it is
That's a
like at
better
the
way to
end of the
describe
week
it.
you're like, "Oh shit, I'm so tired, I'm done." So
And
that's one
that's,
of them.
you know, that's why we're working on having healthier lifestyles, cutting
Yes.
out bad food, drinking because
We got another podcast for this
oh
one.
yeah, because if in markets like this where you have to really hustle,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that you have to spend a ton more time. In the beginning, you do building everything out, but your energy output is higher because
Yes.
you have to bring it for everything that everything counts now. Every deal counts.
Yeah, it's not refinance season. You're not just getting phone calls while you're laying on your couch.
Right.
Like it doesn't work that way.
So if you are burning the candle on both ends, working hard and then drinking, partying hard, eating hard, you're going to burn out fast.
We know.
Yeah. So I think that's it, right?
Yeah. Oh, and get off social media. Like,
Oh, consuming it.
consuming social media. Get on social media for marketing and then get off of social media because a lot of people I know, they're like, I am so busy. And then they're doing like one loan a month. And I'm like, what are you doing that you're so busy? They're on Facebook all
Yeah,
day
5-6
long.
hours of scrolling does not count as work.
No,
It's
this
not market
no,
research. Jessica's
it's
told me that.
I've told Ryan, yes. We do spend time. I spend a little bit of time on social media, so does he, going through things, market research, what's hot, what's popping, and then you get off. But going in these dumb groups that like just people have such bad energy in, just get out of it. Just
So
get off
I still
social
have a bad
media.
habit of just checking it throughout the day, but I won't stay on it. I'll just I'll see if anybody commented and I'll comment back. But I need to start segmenting
You
certain
do need to
times.
check back on your posts and
Right.
you need to follow up, especially like they say that the part of the algorithm is your response time on things within the first hour, I believe it is. So you definitely have to do that. But as far as scrolling social media all day, get off and
I
be
reserve
productive.
that usually at nighttime.
Yeah,
I do
before bed. I do
a
it before
half an
bed.
hour, and my goal there is to just look at trends and
Mhm.
start saving videos and say, okay, I'd like to make something like that. And I'm just doing like market research.
Or watch some
Sometimes I go
dumb stuff
down,
on
yeah,
there.
sometimes you'll get stuck in like a rabbit hole of like jokes or things like that. But I try to pull myself back out of it, limit it to half an hour. Do I always do that? No. Sometimes I get stuck on a
But
good
this is
one.
I'm talking about like during the workday.
Oh, that?
Work
No.
hours, get off of social media. There's people like you put stuff on and they're on it. I'm like, what are you doing? You're
The only
supposed
time
to
you're
be
allowed to scroll
working.
during the day is when you're taking a shit.
Oh God,
Too
I don't
far?
even have a response for that.
The
Nobody.
guys know what I'm talking about. The guys out there know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know that the guys know
But
what you're talking about.
try not to let it turn into a 45-minute shit because I've let that happen too many times. And then you're wasting time. It's just like doing it during workday.
You better be answering emails if you're in there for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I've closed quite a few deals from the shitter.
I'm so glad that this has taken a turn to the shitter. Jesus.
You
Great.
guys are welcome. Um, but yeah, so that's our top 6 or 8 now things.
6, 7, something like that.
But basically, if what questions do you have? How can we help you? If you want to connect with us, go to
The is THEE. The is THE.
the
The
LO
LO code.
code.com. That's how you can connect with us. Find all of our socials and whatever other doodads we have on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.